probably entice the most interesting quarterback news this offseason.
Well, Steve, I'm not going to lie. There was a point, I think Jeff was right next to me during the Super Bowl, where I actually said, do you think we'll see Jimmy Garoppolo in this game? Because things were getting so out of hand that I thought the Falcons were going to be up by so many points that they might actually pull Tom Brady. Not sure what happened after that, but I think it was
too soon. Too soon, man.
Jimmy Garoppolo, you heard Bill Belichick say during the season, I can't tell who's who at practice sometimes. I'm paraphrasing about Tom Brady and Jimmy Garoppolo. What he did with Tom Brady suspended at the start of the season was eye-opening. And with the chance to keep him for another year or trade him, you could make a case for trading him. If you look at a team like the Cleveland Browns with 2 first-round picks, obviously they have a need there. There may be other teams that would want to get involved. I've heard the Texans even mentioned, even after making the big move for Brock Osweiler in free agency. Conventional wisdom would say, if you're Bill Belichick, well, maybe I trade Brady at 39 and keep the young guy. I think even if he went there, Robert Kraft would be like, no, not happening. So I could see the Patriots keeping him and just saying, you know what, we're going to prolong this, could even franchise him the next year if Brady does another team-friendly deal. But I do think that a team with 2 number 1 picks, the Browns, will at least explore that.
You know who I like in all this is Tyrod Taylor. And assuming the Bills keep him or find a way to keep him with this contract, I mean, you got to be thinking about who else is out there that they could realistically go after, and it's really nobody. And if they want to keep Tyrod, maybe they figure out a way to do that. You can say that he did regress some last season.
But it looks like that ship has sailed up there. It looks like they're going to part ways.
But they did hire Rick Dennison to be the offensive coordinator there. He also worked with Taylor when he was in Baltimore. I guess it's up to Sean McDermott to see if he wants to decide. He's worked with a mobile quarterback before, going up against Cam Newton in practice when he was in Carolina as the coordinator. Maybe he decides they want to keep Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod could be one of the guys, if he changes teams, who could end up with a starting job, Jeff.
Well, we can talk Tyrod, we can talk Jimmy Garoppolo, but there's one guy who we know is going to be out there eventually, and that's Tony Romo of the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that he's been an overblown subject for the last 3 or 4 months, but he's still the most intriguing storyline to me. You look at the New York Jets for what they have at quarterback. You look at the Denver Broncos with John Elway and Trevor Siemian's there, but he can always deal him and make room for a veteran quarterback who's got a good track record. He's worked well with that before. And even the Kansas City Chiefs have been thrown in there. And
that's the team. That Kansas City's the team you're hearing most about with Tony Romo.
And it's fascinating because I talked to a guy.
I don't like it.
Why not?
Because he's, and I've been a Romo defender forever, I just think you can't count on his health. And so if you think you're the Chiefs and you're loaded up and we're going to make one swing, I get that. But to me, he's got to prove to me that he can even stay on the field, and that's why.
That's the problem.
I think if
does anybody sign him? Does anybody take a shot at him?
Without question. I think the Houston Texans could still be a team where they go to because they've already decided Brock Osweiler is not the future of their franchise.
Can you imagine Jerry Jones' head if Tony Romo takes the Houston Texans to the Super Bowl in the AFC?
Oh, my God.
The other team in Texas.
Well, guys,
it might explode.
Here's another play. When I talk to people around the league, Jay Cutler, there's not one person I've spoken to, be it a coach, personnel guy, who thinks he's going to get an opportunity to start again. Now, we know NFL coaches think they can fix everything. And what about his former coordinator, Adam Gase, possibly bringing him down to Miami? Would that disrupt the dynamic too much?
Kyle Shanahan has some history with Jay Cutler.
Absolutely. So, I mean, is Cutler one of these guys who's just like now just persona non grata?
I'm not going to say he's untouchable.
I think he's at the point in his career where you really have to have a great situation for him to walk into and a coach you trust working with him. I just don't see where he's going to be a difference maker unless he's with somebody he really likes.
If he does leave, Tony Romo grew up in Burlington, Wisconsin, kind of near Chicago.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know about that. Never know.
You never know. You never know. Look, there's one guy. We're out of time. There's one guy we didn't even get to talk about, and that's Colin Kaepernick. Hopefully, we can expand on if he's going to have an NFL career, because that's a very interesting